What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video here on Review and Preview Sports. Some breaking news out of the NFL. One of the most active free agency periods, one of the most active trading periods that I think that I've ever seen in my entire NFL fandom lifetime, and it continues to get even hotter. Davante Adams has been traded to the Las Vegas Raiders and is signing a 5-year, $141 million contract, making him the highest paid wide receiver in NFL history. My mind has been absolutely blown from what we've seen so far this NFL free agency between Aaron Rodgers signing back on a $200 million deal, between Russell Wilson getting traded to the Broncos, between Carson Wentz getting traded after only 1 year in Indy to the Washington Commanders, and now Davante Adams, arguably the best receiver that the game has to offer, has been so for probably the past 2-3 years now, is now moving to what is one of the most dominant divisions in the entire game in the AFC West, now suiting up for the Las Vegas Raiders. Absolutely crazy news breaking in the NFL. I just can't believe it. I just cannot believe what I am seeing. And I think the Green Bay Packers really dropped the ball here. These past 2 years, they've been focused on getting deals done with Aaron Rodgers. And obviously, all the drama that's gone on has kind of maybe sidetracked in a sense. And what some thought was not even going to be possible. Who would have thought that Aaron Rodgers would return to the Green Bay Packers after how he exited in the first round of the playoffs in Green Bay against the 49ers? Who would have thought that he would have returned? Signs that $200 million deal, gets it done, and within a week's time, his number one wideout, arguably the best in the game, is gone. Crazy. Crazy. Now, what does this mean? We'll look at it from the Green Bay Packers perspective first. I don't know how this happened. The Green Bay Packers in this deal, they trade Davante Adams. They get the Raiders' first-round pick this year in the 2022 draft, and they get their second-round pick as well in the 2022 draft. You can't replace Davante Adams. Those draft picks, I'm sorry, they mean nothing, especially being that I'm pretty sure that first-round selection is the 22nd overall pick. And I'm not saying there's a deficiency or lack of wide receiver talent, but Davante Adams is special. He is special. The fact that each and every defense going up against the Green Bay Packers knows that the connection between Davante Adams and Aaron Rodgers is unlike any other before. Maybe even to the likes of, and maybe I'll get some hate in the comment section, but maybe towards the likes of, in terms of dominance, like a Joe Montana and a Jerry Rice. Really, the only wide receiver out there for Green Bay for the past couple years. And nobody seems to stop him from having success on the field. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, in this past season alone, the numbers for Davante Adams, being that he's one of maybe, I mean, if you consider Allen Robinson and Randall Cobb got hurt in the beginning of the year, they had Equanimeous St. Brown, but in terms of production, every defense knows, every fan knows that if you can't stop the connection between Davante Adams and Aaron Rodgers, you're not winning that football game. And to just speak upon his stats this season alone, with that being said, 123 receptions, which I'm pretty sure led the entire NFL, maybe outside of Cooper Kupp, excuse me, 1,553 receiving yards, and 11 touchdowns for Davante Adams this year. Man can't be stopped. Man cannot be stopped. And granted, he's the only person out there on the field for Green Bay. Some consider Allen Lazard. Some consider Equanimeous St. Brown, Randall Cobb, all those other guys. But Davante Adams is the man. He's the man. And all you got back for him is a first-round pick and a second-round pick. After just signing Aaron Rodgers to that $200 million deal, here we look at the NFC and we look at the lack of quarterback talent. We look at Tom Brady, we look at Matthew Stafford, and we look at Aaron Rodgers. And they had one of those top teams, but now you lose Davante Adams in a trade. My goodness. Things are looking different now in Green Bay. Things are looking different now. Much different feel, at least from my perspective, than how I felt about this team just a week ago. Thought they'd get a deal done. I thought it was a lock. Once Aaron Rodgers signed that deal, I thought Davante Adams was next in coming. But apparently, due to rumors, Green Bay was willing to match anything that any other team offered Davante Adams, but Davante Adams wanted to move elsewhere. So focusing more so on the drama of Aaron Rodgers and forgetting about your number one wideout, arguably the best in the game, in Davante Adams. Absolutely crazy. Now, what does this mean for the Las Vegas Raiders in that AFC West, which, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, that division is something special. It seems like every day something tremendous is happening within that division. First, it was the Russell Wilson trade to Denver. Then we go to the Chargers. They make a massive trade for Khalil Mack alongside of Joey Bosa, which is going to be nasty. And then they bring in arguably one of the best, if not the best, corners in all of football, and J.C. Jackson to a 5-year, $82.5 million deal. Crazy additions to that defense. They re-sign Mike Williams. Chargers are a sick team. Chargers are a team to watch out for. Kansas City, we know what they bring to the table. 2019 Super Bowl champs. Go to the Super Bowl in 2020. Obviously lose to Tampa, but we know they will stay competitive as long as they got that trio of Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, and of course, the man Patrick Mahomes. And now we move to the Las Vegas Raiders, who everybody said, made jokes about, and said that, what does it feel like to have one of the better quarterbacks in football and still be the worst team in your division? Well, maybe no longer. And not just because of Davante Adams, bringing in Chandler Jones. Obviously, he's a older Chandler Jones, 32 years of age. But Max Crosby and Chandler Jones on that pass rush. They trade away Yannick Ngakoue to the Indianapolis Colts yesterday, bring in Rock Ya-Sin, who's a nice young corner, to add to that defense for Patrick Graham to work with. And then you bring in Davante Adams. Davante Adams into a core of receivers and tight end options like a Hunter Renfrow, a Darren Waller. We know the running back Josh Jacobs is solid, and Derek Carr is seemingly maybe one of the most underrated quarterbacks in all of football and proved a lot of doubters wrong, especially with the amount of adversity that the Raiders went through this season. Derek Carr seemed to support that team tremendously and took them to heights in which people didn't think they'd be able to reach. And now you got Davante Adams. My goodness. And let me remind those football fans that may not remember, Davante Adams and Derek Carr already have chemistry. They played back in college together at Fresno State. Let's see if they can rekindle that connection almost a decade later on the football field. It's going to be a magical season, I'll tell you that, especially in the AFC West. Hands down the best division in football. Hands down maybe the best division that I've ever seen across all sports. But massive news coming out of the NFL. Davante Adams is a Las Vegas Raider. Crazy. Before I let you go, thank you all for listening. Make sure to follow us. Give us a follow on Facebook at Review and Preview Sports, on Instagram at Review and Preview, on our Twitter page as well at Review and Preview 1. And make sure to, of course, if you like what you've heard from me, Kyle Russo, make sure to give us a subscribe to our YouTube channel at Review and Preview Sports. Thank you all for listening, and we'll be back with more NFL free agency content and much more. Thank you all for listening, and have a great rest of your evening.